Go ahead. Get us started.
Perfect timing. Welcome to the Drive Time Podcast.
Podcast.
The only podcast that's illegal by nature.
By default.
I'm Parker Brown.
I'm Alfred Barnes.
Comedian. What else am I? Man.
True.
Son.
Father?
Well, no,
Maybe.
Not father. Hopefully not father. And I'm joined here by Alfred Barnes.
Comedian?
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it? You're not a son?
Oh, yeah, I guess technically.
Okay.
And brother. You're a brother.
We're saying son, S-U-N, like
Oh, yeah.
Black Israelites do, where it's like... Have you ever looked into the lore of Black Israelites?
No.
It's awesome. Women are earths. Like, a lot of rap music starts to make sense. It's not Black Israelites. It's actually... I completely fucked that up. It's the Muslim Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah.
They... women are earths. So if you say... there's a Wu-Tang song where... in Cream, where he says, peace to old earth. That's him saying, peace to my mom.
Ah.
The old woman.
Gotcha.
And... Yeah, I got schooled on that.
By who?
YouTube.
Oh, nice. YouTube is the great teacher.
It is.
It really makes me think that degrees are worthless at this point. I feel like you can learn anything on YouTube, like short of doctors. I mean, you could learn like your job on the internet. You could learn my job on the internet.
You couldn't learn my. Well, yeah, you could totally learn.
You could definitely learn. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, well. But my job is computers, so like inherently, this stuff is on computers for you to learn it, you know.
But we're getting too into the nitty gritty. We need to talk about what we just experienced.
Oh, okay. We were on a show.
A mic. Let's not lie to the people.
No, it wasn't a show. I mean in the theatrical sense, a show, not the comic sense.
Yeah,
it was a production.
It was a production.
It was Dead Horse Comedy.
Yeah, at Crystal City Pub,
which had a smoking section.
It did have a smoking section.
And slot machines.
And
carpeting.
We're not in Maryland anymore, Parker.
Yeah, and the carpeting. So it literally was like, if you want all the bad parts of Las Vegas.
Yeah, crammed into one.
Yeah. If you want, people that use slot machines, it vaguely smelling like cigarette smoke, even though we weren't in the smoking section.
I think it's a gamble to have a smoking section in a building that has carpet.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're never getting that out.
Yeah. No.
You got to rip the whole thing out.
Mm-hmm. But it was pretty cool. The sound system was maybe a little spotty. I guess they have some kind of deal or something, but they have to hook the mic up to like the in-house speaker system in the ceiling, which is, I'm gonna say, not dissimilar to what I assume.
Oh, hold on, we got
5-0. If you're on a 395, there's a cop. Oh God, we just got. Oh, that's a taxi.
There's a taxi. Woo! Yeah.
Right,
is the taxi going to the pulled over guy?
Yeah, let's roll up on these pigs.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Oh God, I gotta merge.
That's fucking
Not
awesome.
the time, Mr. Truck. I'm trying to merge. Oh hell yeah, that car's fucked up.
Oh yeah, that car's done so.
We got a disabled Toyota RAV4 on the side of 395. Heading eastbound.
What time is it?
Or northbound.
It's 9:42.
9:42.
So
on a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday. That's what we'll do. We'll have the Patreon for our 12 listeners, our 12 unique listeners.
Right.
We'll have the Patreon be the drive there, and the free show be the drive back.
Yeah,
because the drive there is definitely better than the drive fucking back.
Well, we're tired. We've been working hard.
We've been working hard.
We've been slaving away.
We've been not drinking at a bar. We've been eating lemon pepper wings. What'd you think? That was your first time with a lemon pepper.
They were good. Good.
I love them.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the. I like the salty lemon combo. Strong on the lemon, I'll say.
Oh, not enough pepper? You think it could have used a little more pep?
Yeah. Not the salty lemon, the pepper lemon combo.
I love dry rub wings too. Like an Old Bay wing is one of, I think, the best things, because I think the skin gets crispier if it's not sauced.
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that. See, I like a wet rub for the mouthfeel.
Yes, I agree.
But for eating, just cleanliness wise, you got to go dry rub, as to not make a mess of things.
That's true.
Minimal splash.
You go ranch or blue cheese?
I'm a ranch guy.
I think with buffalo wings you have to go blue cheese.
Okay.
But Old Bay or like lemon pepper.
Yeah.
Or if it's like some type of honey spicy thing, I go with ranch.
Well, I feel like, buffalo, sometimes there's a little zing to them, right?
Yeah.
So I think the blue cheese would probably help balance that out a little bit.
Totally.
So I could see that. But yeah, no, the mic went well. We were trying to make a lot of people laugh, trying to make one person in particular not laugh because she had a voice that can only, look, we love laughter, but this woman's laugh was jarring, to say the least.
I'll
add the soundbite in right here.
It was the shriek of a banshee.
Yeah. No, we'll put it at the end of the podcast. So if you listen to the end, you can hear it.
Yeah,
live.
It was. That woman was nice too.
She was nice,
but she was like a 50-year-old woman wearing tight black leather pants, and I don't know. I just don't like being lied to by pants.
Right. I think they were faux leather.
You think they were? You calling her out?
I think we're dealing with a pleather for sure.
Are you saying she was committing fashion crimes as well as?
I mean, look. I think if you're in that age range and you're gonna rock pants, get the real deal.
Yeah. What? Your Social Security check can't cover fucking pants?
God, we're just a couple haters out here. But
we are more hatery on the
drive home.
But we also got to meet some DC people, and they're all very nice.
Yeah, no, I feel like, I don't know, I haven't been in the DC scene enough. Yeah, I'm still probably in single digits.
We gotta wiggle our way into the DC scene.
But what number mic was that for you this year, Parker?
What do you mean? What number mic?
How many mics and shows have you hit so far?
I don't count.
Oh, dude, I keep track because.
What number is it for you?
This is 14.
14?
Yeah.
I did 2 on Tuesday. I'm probably at like 7 or 8.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I feel like I've seen you on quite a few. We've been to at least 5 together.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, did we? Oh, well. Also, on Saturday we hit 3.
Right.
Well, I did 3 Saturday. Yeah, I'm probably close to 10 actually.
Okay.
Because we keep doing these multiple nights, which is really good. I like them a lot. Oh, having nights where you don't do stand-up comedy is just as important as having nights where you do stand-up comedy.
I'd agree with that little reset, because you can burn out for sure, especially if you have if you do multiple mics 2 nights in a row and you bomb at all of them.
Oh yeah.
That'll burn you out for a week.
But if you go to this is the thing too. If you go to 3 mics in a night, I mean, that's maybe like a 3-4 hour window you're away from your house. But if you go to 1 mic in a night, that's like a 2-hour window you're away from your house.
Yeah, dude.
Like minimum. So you can be more efficient if you do hit more in one night,
And I got pretty lucky because we both hit 3 on Saturday because you had a show and then you did 2 mics. And I did 3 mics. And I got to the first mic at 9 and I walked off of the 3rd mic at like 11.
Oh my God, that's fucking awesome.
Probably not even that because I was like the first or second person. I was pretty early on the other one. So it was like 10:30, 11. So I was just hammering them out. Well, what's crazy is part of the reason I keep track of how many mics I do is just to make sure I'm staying on top of it so I can look back and be like, I wasn't really hitting it. Because
you're insecure and you have to measure yourself by a number. You can't measure yourself by some qualitative metric.
For sure. Well, I've also always kept track of all the mics I've done since I started.
Really?
In my original notebook, I had a list in the back. And during there was a year or 2 there where I wasn't keeping as track as good. But I don't know. It's just kind of cool to look back at. This year I got a detailed spreadsheet. I had a spreadsheet last year.
Spreadsheet.
I tracked my
Excel?
Yeah. Or no, I use Google Sheets because it's on my
Google Sheets.
But
you fucking heathen.
I'm not trying to say that Excel isn't better, but I just like the Google stuff because it's all in the cloud. It's nice.
I'm really good at Excel, if you didn't know.
No, you've mentioned that before.
I have Excel wizarding skills. If anyone needs Excel help, we call it in the programming industry. You'll think this is a pretty funny joke. We call it Excel hell because it's so bad to use.
That's good.
Do you get it?
I do.
Because it rhymes. But if anyone needs any Excel help, and you're willing to pay me. Hit your boy up. I'm good at computers.
You mentioned your Excel skills at the dinner party you had the other day, which was fun.
Yeah, Parker made the dinner party?
Parker made a lovely spread.
I did.
There was duck on butternut squash
risotto, which I think both of those were maybe a little undercooked. I did not know how long butternut squash takes fucking forever to cook. I was roasting it at 400 degrees, which I think is like a little bit higher than normal. And it took an hour and a half, and it still, I don't think, was
I made it in a pan. I made
done.
not that kind of risotto, but I made it in a pan recently. It took fucking forever.
Oh, yeah.
No wonder people fuck it up on Hell's Kitchen. Jesus Christ. Oh, yeah, we're behind the cop. I'm going to get behind the cop. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't look in his rearview mirror.
I kind of hope he does, because if I get pulled over and arrested, I can get the videotape in court. And then there will be a video for our podcast.
Oh, my God, dude.
Also, we're going under the speed limit. Fuck yeah. But
why is this cop going under the speed limit?
I don't know. Maybe he's fucking cool and drunk.
Dude, that would be awesome if you're a cop and you're drunk driving and you were worried about having to pull somebody over.
Get pulled over by an ambulance.
Stop swerving.
Yo, chill.
Yeah.
Walk in a straight line. Why is the line so wavy?
Dude, just tell me, are you cool?
Yo, are you fucking cool?
Are you cool?
I love how we talk about drug driving and cops on the Return podcast every time.
It's because it's what we're thinking. Even though we both aren't drinking, how are you liking not drinking? I
feel like my head's clear. I hate to say it. I hate to admit that it's a good thing, but I feel like it's helping a lot.
Dude, I have absolutely loved my time not drinking, and it kind of I think, and I'm not completely quit. I drank at the party,
right?
But I think I'm on I don't know, day since the party I haven't drank.
Yeah.
And just you do feel so much better. It's literally it's bad because you're totally right. You don't want to admit that you feel better cutting it out, but you 100% do.
Yeah, because I've been thinking, I'm like, man, maybe I should just stop for a while. But
Me
I'm also
too.
I don't want to be a nerd.
You don't want to be a nerd. And I think what I'm doing, where it's just keep it to special occasions, is good.
Yeah.
Because also on I was telling you about this a little bit. On Saturday, I had a pretty big show. It was 100 tickets sold for the show.
And 15 people showed up.
No, it was pretty packed. And so I also have been getting. I've told you about this too. When you're used to doing comedy buzzed for so long, it's taken me a second to kind of find the mojo to get back. And Saturday, I was so fucking nervous before I went on stage. I thought I had a really good set, but I came off and I just had I wasn't nervous anymore, but I had the tension or the stress still in me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And fucking Beth Hayden offered me a drink, and I was this close. I was so fucking close. But part of the reason why I didn't is I have my company party in 2 days, and I was like, okay, just hold off for however long, and you can have a couple drinks,
Yeah.
I think that helps.
Yeah. You know what's funny is before we started the podcast, Parker joked, he's like, wouldn't it be funny if we had somebody come on and pretend to be my therapist? And now we're like, how's it been not drinking? How does that make you feel?
Ow, I was gaslighting you. You are my therapist.
Oh, shit. I do have a psych degree that I don't use.
All right, psychologically analyze me right now on the podcast.
There's no way that could be funny. There's no possible way it'll be funny. No.
Oh, it's just going to be sad? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No! Ow! Come on. I can tell you about my childhood.
I know what your childhood was like.
You
were in Australia during your middle school years. It was hell.
Damn. You did know. It literally is hell. It's as bottom as you can go.
Yeah.
That's as close. Because a lot of people don't know this. Hell isn't at the center of the earth. It's still down. It's just down.
Yeah.
And obviously North America is up. Because north is up, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hang on, we're passing a U-Haul. Ka-chow. Yo, you ever seen Cars?
You ever seen Cars?
That movie crazy.
All right, that's my new stand-up bit. I just start listing movies. You ever seen Pulp Fiction?
You ever seen Cars?
Bad Motherfucker? That's a good movie.
Royale with cheese?
Royale with cheese? So that's a thing.
We talked about that on the previous podcast.
Yeah.
But
so
your dinner party, we glazed over it, just like you glazed over those beautiful roasted ducks.
Oh, yeah, they're all right. They're a little undercooked.
I think the duck was undercooked, but I do think the risotto was cooked to perfection.
I think the risotto was okay. I think we talked a little bit about this too. The dessert was the easiest fucking thing.
It was incredible. It was like somewhere between fudge and pudding. It fell right in that nestled
pot de creme, baby. Pot de creme. It's my favorite dessert at French restaurants too. because normally it's super rich, but it's pretty small too.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like terrible after eating it.
Not too heavy.
But it literally takes, I'm not even kidding you, maybe 5 minutes to make. All you do is put a bunch of shit in the blender and you bring half and half to like a simmer and pour it in and blend it, and then you're done.
Oh.
That's it.
Damn.
That's it.
That's simple. But the standout for me was that leek soup, the potato and leek soup.
The vichyssoise.
I know. Last week, I don't know. I guess not last week in the podcast. 2 weeks ago, I gave you some guff. I was nervous about a cold serve soup, but
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, top tier.
It's a good one. That one's also pretty easy. You just blend shit together.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think like maybe the blender is the best invention ever made.
Yeah.
How did people make this shit before blenders? Did they just cut it a lot?
Yeah, I guess.
Did they have like a servant that just with a knife like spun his hand really quickly? You know what I mean? Like how the fuck?
Servant.
Huh?
A servant.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to say the other word, but like, you know, you can't be saying that stuff.
Yeah. But
I watched 300 recently. We talked about this on the last podcast, I think.
Did
too.
we?
Maybe. 300, and they're like, we're standing for free men, and it's like you literally have a slave society where there are 10 slaves for every one free person.
Speaking of political stuff, there was a comic tonight
Oh
that did
my
all political
God.
jokes.
She was the worst, and she rolled her R's, which I've started noticing that there's certain women that do this weird thing with their R's where it's like almost British. It's only women I've ever heard do it, and I can't, like, they'd be like, report, you know what I mean? Or, report.
Oh,
report.
Yeah.
It's like this weird.
I think she was doing it deliberately, though.
Oh, you think so?
I think she was trying to add a little flair. Oh, we're getting passed by a yellow Corvette right now on the left.
Them Duke boys at it again.
He's getting some pussy. That's the guy with the small dick that got kicked off the naked dating show. Can
we get his autograph? Can we get his dick imprint on?
Yeah, dude, that's the worst. Is after they're like he got kicked off for having the smallest dick. They showed his face, and I was like, no,
yeah. Let the man live. Let the man blur his face.
Don't let him get kicked off
for his own protection.
Yeah.
We've chosen to blur this guy's face. That's hilarious.
Yeah. The guy with the funny foreskin. I'm sorry. I guess I shouldn't call back the last podcast, but it just popped back into my head. Wild. But yeah, dinner party success. I would say, you know, it was the.
I'll do it again too. I fucking love, but it's gonna be way cheaper this time. I think the next one's just gonna be pasta because I fuck pasta up.
Oh yeah, you gotta love some pasta. You gotta do.
I can make a dope ass pasta.
Here's the thing though. I feel like you go with Cajun pasta.
Oh, Cajun pasta.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude, Cajun. Listen, here's the deal. I don't want to plug the Cheesecake Factory too hard. But they have this.
Hold on, wait till they sponsor us.
Yeah, true. But they have this Cajun.
Let's say a different type of cake factory.
Yeah, yeah.
The Strawberry Shortcake Factory.
Yeah, Gouda Muffin. But they have this Cajun chicken pasta.
Yeah.
For like $5 more, you can add steak to it. Oh my God, Parker.
Do you get steak and chicken, or is it just steak?
I do. I ball out. It's like $25.
Oh my God.
But
Dude,
they also have a key lime pie martini.
Ooh.
Knock your dick off. I love key lime. Dude, key lime pie is probably my favorite dessert.
Are you serious?
I love key lime pie.
I honestly, I'm not normally a big tart fan, but I love me a key lime pie.
Oh
as well.
my God,
I love me a key lime pie
exquisite.
too.
There's so many good food places. I know we talk about food a lot on the cast.
Cheesecake Factory. Well, it's because it's important to us.
It is.
It's part of our culture.
Yeah.
Is eating food.
Mm-hmm.
Cheesecake Factory. I always thought of it as a kid as like corn dogs and like shitty fried food.
It sounds like a place that would serve carnival food.
It actually, like, their menu's actually pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They have so many menu items, dude.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay, if it was on fucking Kitchen Nightmares, would shit his pants. He'd be like, "There's no way you could execute this menu."
Yeah. But they do it somehow.
Yeah, no, they've got. I advocate for Cheesecake Factory.
They must have like 20 cooks, and each one only has like one page of the menu that they have to do.
Yeah, you're probably right, honestly. Well, they have the to-go, too. During the pandemic, Jackie lived like 25, 30 minutes from the Columbia Mall. They got a Cheesecake Factory. I scoot out, pick up a little spread, get back there.
Yeah.
You know, date night back at
night?
back at Jackie's apartment because we couldn't go anywhere.
Where was Jackie's apartment?
Randallstown, Maryland.
I have no idea where that. That's past Owings Mills, right?
So it's adjacent to Owings Mills.
Okay.
It's like due west, I think.
AKA past Owings Mills.
Well, I guess it depends what direction you're driving, but
from the city.
Yeah, it's like up and to the left.
I'm getting irritable.
Yeah, you're getting hostile.
I'm hangry.
You're hangry? You could have had a wing. I offered you a wing.
I could have had I'm trying to lose weight. Have you seen me?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, I'm not going to eat anything, but I am.
I got a couple peanut butter crackers.
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Bought
peanut butter cracker. I'm Parker Brown. I'm a bit of a PB cracker
PB guy? Yeah, you are. You should put that in one of your little skits. But interestingly enough, I purchased that peanut butter cracker and these water bottles that you like to crack throughout the podcast. I purchased it. I purchased it at a gas station near your house, and the guy in there was plugging his car Instagram. To another guy that was in there. He's like, yo, my shit's called Duke Skywalker. I post my car.
Like it.
It's
Duke, sounds like a...
Listen, guys, it's Duke_Skywalker. I was listening in. He posted about his car. Let's pump this guy's numbers up.
Okay. Duke Skywalker.
After you're done following
he's gonna
at
be
Drive Time Podcast.
I hope he has like 1 million followers in that, but he's like 11 in a day. This has never happened before.
Whoa, a big spike.
Yeah, big spike, baby. Which one was it specifically? Was it the 7-Eleven?
No, it was some sketchy one that was really small.
Okay.
If you're coming up to the light where 45 runs through, it's on the right. Like
45, you mean York Road?
Yeah.
Don't call it 45.
All right.
What the fuck?
All right. I'm an out-of-towner.
What are you doing? What are you doing, dude?
I didn't grow up in a gated community in Towson, Parker.
Well, it shows.
Or Lutherville.
They're the same thing. It doesn't matter. You can call them the same.
Oh, you can call them the same, but 45 in York is a big issue.
Yeah, well, all right. You kind of got me there. I'm not going to lie. I was going to talk about something, though. Oh, can I talk about a movie I watched?
Okay, if I can talk about a TV show I watched after that.
Okay.
Not
I
pornographic.
watched... All right, so this movie won, 7 Golden Globes. It's called The Banshees of Inisherin. Have you ever seen In Bruges?
No.
It's got
exotic.
Colin Farrell. It's like a very dark comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Banshees of Inisherin was the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm going to spoil the whole thing because don't watch it. It's not good. Colin Farrell and this old dude who who's one of the professors in Harry Potter. I forget which one.
I know who you're talking about.
The professor from Harry Potter just decides to stop being friends with Colin Farrell. And Colin Farrell keeps bugging him. And then he goes, I'm going to cut one of my fingers off for every time you talk to me. And then he just does. Colin Farrell keeps bugging him, and he cuts all the fingers in his left hand off.
Jesus.
And that's the fucking movie.
Obviously not a guitar player.
No, that's part of it, is he plays the fiddle or whatever. And so when he cuts his fingers off, he can't play the fiddle anymore. And it's just okay, this sucks, though.
See, this is what happens when you let these independent producers make the movies they want to make.
Yeah. And, the Irish Civil War is going on in the background, and I'm like, is this supposed to be some, analogy for the Irish Civil War, where the British keep bothering them, so they decide to cut their fingers off? What the fuck are you what is going on? I don't know.
I hate movies with a deeper meaning.
Some movies are good that have a deeper meaning.
I just like some surface value shit, you know?
Yeah. I do like surface value, too. John Wick, there's no themes in John Wick.
Yeah, I'm excited for the fourth one. I love the first two.
Oh.
The third one was okay.
I thought the third one was good enough. I thought it was good enough.
The knife fight is the best knife fight in cinema history.
Oh, it's so good. But it does kind of blow its load at the start.
Yeah.
But the second one did that, too. When he's in the catacombs in the second one, that's the best part of the second movie.
I agree. Oh, when he pins the guy up against the wall with the shotgun and shoots him, incredible.
The sword fighting guy in the second one was I part of me liked it, part of it also was this is a little cringe. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, is it the third one's the one with all the ninjas and stuff, right?
I thought that was the second one.
No, that's the third one because everybody's trying to kill him.
The second one is the one with a deaf girl who was cool as shit.
Yeah. She
was such a cool character. Oh, and Comet.
Yeah. So that was the second one. My problem with the third one also is that whole wandering in the desert scene.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Didn't think it was necessary.
And there's the whole the Shah of Iran is the leader of the Assassins Guild.
Yeah.
Or something. It is kind of getting super superhero rise, where like the first one is like the Russian mafia, and the second one it's like, oh no, they have spots all over the world, and the third one is like there is an assassin hierarchy with a king that's Middle Eastern. It's like, okay, all right. Didn't someone kill his dog? Isn't that what this is all about?
Yeah.
Does he really have to go to the desert?
Really snowballed.
It did snowball.
But I don't know. I mean,
but I'll watch as many of them as they make. I don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah, and he also does that. It's like, what is it, gunjitsu or whatever? It's like jujitsu with guns.
Well, like the first John Wick movie, I think legitimately changed action movies.
I agree.
It's so like they're so good and they're so like not quick cuts. You actually get to see him kill people.
Yeah.
That if you go watch any other action movie now, you're like, oh, this is just like palpably worse than John Wick.
Yeah. I agree. It's a classic. Classic.
I thought they were gonna make like candle puns though for the sequels. I was hoping it'd be like John Wick reignited.
Yeah.
Or,
I'm gonna extinguish you like a flame on
that
a
would
candle.
Be so like
John Wick.
John Wick.
People
keep asking me if I'm wax. And yeah, I think I'm wax.
I'm thinking I'm wax. That's good. Oh no, but I was gonna talk. Did I talk about Tulsa King before?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I've been seeing clips of it.
Okay, here's the deal. A lot of people are raving about it. It has positive reviews. It is maybe the worst fucking show I've seen in my life.
Sylvester Stallone was a good actor when he's younger, but he is just completely unintelligible
75.
now. Now that he's 75, you cannot understand a
Well, okay,
word.
so here's my qualm with the show.
Okay.
It's a completely ridiculous premise for a show. So he gets out of jail. He's been in jail for 25 years.
Okay.
It's present day. All right. He gets out, and the mafia's like, "There's no place for you in New York anymore. We're gonna send you to fucking Tulsa." And you're like, "What?" And like, what is it, Oklahoma? I guess.
Yeah.
He's like, "We're sending you to Tulsa." So he goes out to Tulsa, and it's like a classic fish out of water story.
Okay.
You know, one of those. But the problem is it's a fish out of water story, but it's happening in 2022. So they have to be socially conscious, which I personally feel that an Italian mobster that's been in jail for 25 years...
Oh, my God, he'd be the most racist motherfucker you've ever seen in your life.
Might not be on point with social cues, okay? Because he goes out there, there's literally, I swear to God, it's a scene, this, I'm not verbatim, but it's this. He's like, what's the deal with this pronoun thing? He's like, I like it. He's like, I don't understand it, but I like being who you want to be. And I'm like, no, I don't think that's how he'd react to that.
No, he wouldn't at all.
Also, he gets off the plane to Tulsa, and he hires some black guy. He's like, you're my driver now. And he's like, okay.
Does he just have a ton of money?
Yeah, well, they gave him like a per diem, you know, like a mobster per diem.
A mobster per diem?
Right? And then he goes to this dispensary and immediately, like, shakes him down.
Are you serious?
They roll up to a dispensary. He's like, so you could just sell pot legal here? I'm going to take 10% of the money in the safe. And the guy's like, this is legal. And he's like, okay. And he takes 10% anyway. And then he's like, I'm going to protect you from the gangs. And the guy's like, what gangs? It's Tulsa, right? And then he's like,
actually, I'm starting a gang.
Yeah, but there's a deer on the side of the road. Guys, watch out! You're on 695. You keep your peepers
deer
peeled.
on the road.
But yeah, he's like shaking him down, and the guy's like, "This is legal," and he's like, "Okay, but I'm going to protect you." And then he just like keeps taking money from him, and the guy's cool with it. And then like at one point, he gets the guy like a better deal on weed. But that's really all he does.
I've seen that clip. Yeah,
where he's eating the weed salsa.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. There's like this white horse.
Yeah, you totally couldn't make it with a dude that was actually from 1995.
Yeah.
Do you remember comedy from that period? It's like literally like every joke is just like calling like Middle Eastern people terrorists. You know what I mean?
Dude, no, it's wild.
Dude, speaking of that, sorry, real quick, we'll get back to Tulsa King.
Okay.
The puppet guy, what's his name? Jeff Dunham.
Yeah.
Do you know he lists himself as clean comedy?
What?
It's like you have the most racist character ever done in like all of comedy.
See, what's awesome is I'm assuming you're talking about Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
Yes.
But you could also be talking about the jalapeno on a stick. Or the black manager puppet.
Oh, I didn't know he had a black guy.
He goes he sucks his teeth. I can't do it where it'll get picked up on the mic. But he's like, man, what you doing out here?
Yeah,
like,
oh my God, dude. It's like, damn. Like, he needs like a trans puppet. He needs I don't know. How is that clean? Like, you're like, I get it. You don't swear, but you're still doing racism, you know.
My dad saw him when he was like starting up because my dad lived in L.A. or he lived in San Diego.
Oh, really?
For a year when he was younger. Yeah, right after or right before him and my mom got married, he like moved to San Diego for a minute. Under kind of mysterious circumstances, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know why he moved.
Did he like visit bathhouses a lot? What was it?
No, I don't think so, but that'd be funny. San Diego.
San Diego.
But no, he was out there and like saw Jeff Dunham at like a super small comedy club.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, dude, he was hilarious, and I was like, well, you won't think that in 20 years. But all right.
Back to Tulsa King.
Hold on, real quick. Comedian off. Dane Cook or Jeff Dunham?
Oh, Dane Cook.
Agree, 100%.
Dane Cook's actually like was a good comedian. I
think he was too. People shit on him, and I know like yes, I was a target demographic at this time. Yeah. But when I was in middle school, I was like, he's the funniest human that's ever lived.
He was good at comedy. It just he got way too successful too quickly for how good in comedy he was.
Yeah.
If he was allowed to like grow a little bit more, you know.
Well, because apparently him and Chappelle used to do like colleges and stuff together.
Oh, really?
Coming up.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think he's like funny enough to be a headlining comic.
Yeah, I agree.
And okay, but back to Tulsa King because I'm very interested.
Oh yeah, dude. And then there's like a gang war between him and a biker gang, and the biker gang is like,
oh, it has to be a white gang. Yeah. You know, it has to be a white gang.
But my favorite part. Okay, do you know who Andrea Savage is?
No.
All right. Well, she's hilarious. She has a TV show called I'm Sorry. It ran 2 seasons. I think it's legitimately maybe the funniest like sitcom.
What's it called?
I'm Sorry.
Okay.
It's 2 seasons, then it got canceled because like the pandemic or whatever.
Yeah.
But hilarious. All right. She's funny. She's been in. She's the therapist in Step Brothers.
Oh yeah.
But so she is in real life. I don't know, 40 years old, 45 years old. And she is the love interest of Sylvester Stallone, the 75-year-old.
Oh my god,
They meet at a bachelorette party. He's at a strip club, and he's like, buy these ladies some drinks or whatever.
It's a pretty good Stallone.
Thanks. I didn't know I could do it until right now. But
get these ladies. No, I can't.
Then she's like, you want to get out of here? And then they go back.
A stripper.
No. Andrea Savage, the girl at the bachelorette party, who's not really feeling the vibe.
Oh, she was at the bachelorette.
She leaves the bachelorette party to go fuck Sylvester Stallone in his hotel.
Oh,
right?
love it.
They fuck or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
And he's like, I'm in the mafia.
Yeah. And the next day, yours isn't bad either. The next day, we'll just let's do the whole bag.
Whoa. But I'm in Tulsa now.
So the next day, she's like, so how old are you? And he's like, I'm 75. And
Jesus.
He's his actual age in the show.
It would have been way funnier if they were like, he was like, I'm 55.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. But no, he is upfront about his age, which also means he went to jail at like 50, which is kind of wild. But
that is kind of wild.
Yeah, you wouldn't think he'd get away with it for that long. But so then he's like, I'm 75. And she's like, oh my God, this is a mistake. Because she's, I guess her actual age in the show, 40, whatever. She's like, we can't see each other again, blah, blah, blah. And then she leaves. And then, like, it...
Is he just supposed to be dicking her down at 75, too?
Yeah.
He's just laying
apparently
on
throwing it down. Remarkable.
Oh, wow.
Is the review that she gives.
Oh, really?
Right. She's like, oh my God, it's so good, blah, blah, blah. Anyway.
Yeah, he's like, I fuck guys in prison. That's how I learned that.
So following that, hard cut. She's at the police department where she works.
Okay.
Because she's a cop, of course. Forbidden affair.
Oh,
And on the teleprompter, they're like, heads up, we got a big mover from New York City.
Yeah.
It's Sylvester Stallone. And you're like, whoa, oh my God, it's fucking Sylvester Stallone. She's like, oh my God. Then she goes back to his apartment or whatever to tell him that I can't protect you if something goes down. Nobody was asking you to.
Oh,
You told him you couldn't see him again. Then she fucks him again. Then they're like hanging out all the time. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you like? I don't care how good he can throw it down. You're like risking your job for a 75-year-old dude in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
And also, I'm just gonna tell you this right now: people in Tulsa, Oklahoma, probably hate people from New York.
Oh, 100%.
Like they despise those people.
Also, it's like crazy easy how he forms his crew. He like walks into a bar and the bartender's like,
you're in the mafia.
Yeah,
now.
the bartender's like, I'm on probation, and he's like, you want to help me out with a job? and then he's in the group, and then it's
does he do actual mafia things, or is he like a good mafia guy?
No, he is shaking down that
rob
weed.
People?
Well, he's like shaking down that weed business, and then they're selling fucking like nitrous balloons or whatever, or like
yeah, hell yeah, dude.
He's selling them at like a.
They lean into the Tulsa thing, like those
big time.
I bet those sell pretty well in fucking Tulsa.
Yeah, he's selling them at like this music festival, and he's like just selling them, and then the biker gang's like,
I'm sure he blends a 75-year-old Sylvester Stallone blends into a music festival.
Yeah, he has his crew selling them, obviously, but yeah, it's like they're selling them, and then there's like a turf war, and then the black kid, his dad is like, I don't want you messing around with no mobster. I know his type, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, the black dad's in there helping beat up the biker gang, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, so that's a show that I don't recommend anybody watch. But I saw DC comedian Devine Kerr, nice lady. She posted about it. She's like, just started it, good so far. And everybody in the comments is like, oh my God, it's the best show ever. And I was like, nope. But
I don't know. I think Tony, like, can't you just watch The Sopranos if you want that show?
Well, yeah. So imagine somebody from The Sopranos. Remember, they killed that one dude for being gay. Imagine the guys from Sopranos. It's like the same timeline. The guys from Sopranos, but 25 years later, getting out of jail and being socially conscious.
Yeah.
They're like, can you get a load of this guy? He's fucking gay. Ain't that beautiful?
Tone, like, guys are cutting off their dicks now, Tone. You know, try to tell Tony Soprano. He's like, oh, whatever. No, but like, yeah, I think it's hilarious. Like,
it's definitely a stretch for a show.
I mean, one of the big plot points of The Sopranos is that like Tony is just like legitimately a racist. You know what I mean? It's like, cause that's what. So yeah, he would have gone into prison before The Sopranos, because The Sopranos started in 99. And so 25 years would have been 97.
Well, also the head of the mafia in the show is like some super old dude. Okay. He kind of reminds me of fucking the guy who hits the bell in Breaking Bad. Kind of him.
Yeah.
But like a little more, like an Italian version of him. Okay. A little more sentient. All right. So it's him, and then his son, who is one of the hobbits from Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I can't remember which one, but he's one of them.
What?
Yeah, it's fucking
like one of the main hobbits.
Yeah, I think he's the potatoes one, or the second breakfast.
Yeah.
I think it's that guy.
I forget his name, but I know who you're talking about.
But so he's like the next in command, and he's like, you know, this guy got out of jail, you know, but there's no place for him here. We're gonna send him to fucking Tulsa, and the head of the family's like, okay. And then he comes out, and I don't remember exactly what happens, but the one guy says something and disrespects
the old guy?
Yeah, no, he disrespects Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
So Sylvester Stallone punches him, and then it's like a whole thing. Sylvester Stallone has to pay him $50,000, which he just has immediately. He just had $50,000 set into the package.
Yeah.
Then they go back, and he finds out, like, because he's got this estranged daughter who he hasn't talked to since she was like 7 years old.
Was she in Tulsa?
No, she's in New York still.
Oh, okay.
But he goes back because his brother dies, and like all of a sudden he's a family man, I guess. And he goes back, and then he finds out one of the mafia dudes, whose name is The Package.
Oh my God!
Assaulted his daughter when she was younger, and she literally says, "I found out why they call him The Package."
No!
I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Does Sylvester Stallone kill him?
Yeah. He goes and he like beats the shit out of him with like a hot plate, and because there was just a hot plate readily available in this fucking restaurant.
Yeah.
So yeah, he kills him, and then they're like, "You can't do it." But everybody in the mafia is like, we didn't know. You know, it's like one of those, I don't know. It's a stupid fucking show. I've been droning about it for a while. But it's pissed me off, and I don't understand how other people like it. And I needed it. You should, if you have time, I know you're a busy man, try to watch some of it, and then let me know if you have a similar assessment of it.
Okay. I always have time for television.
Yeah. It's on Paramount Plus.
What do you think about, that kind of reminded me of this, what do you think about that cop that was, like, fucking all the guys in her department?
I think a lot of feminists are getting real excited about it.
Oh, you think so?
Oh my God, dude! I've seen so many girls post, be like, if this was a man, you wouldn't say the same thing. I was like, they were like, if this was a man, he'd be celebrated. I was like, no, he'd be fired for sexual harassment. Like,
that's true. But also, I'm like, part of me is like, cops have done way worse stuff and not been fired. This girl gives a couple guys head, and like they're like, she's got to go. She's got to go.
Yeah, get her out of here.
Know?
She's keeping morale too high. They're not killing enough black people.
She also has, like, she is the perfect level of attractiveness.
Oh, yeah.
That, like, cops would fuck her.
Yeah.
But she is, like, right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's, like, almost no.
Like, where... You know what I want to know, though? Well, no, I think everybody did know in the department. I think that's how it came out. Is there was a lot of discussion. But I'd also love it if she was fucking 5 cops and none of them knew the other ones were getting fucked.
Oh, my God. That would
have
be
made
awesome.
it so much better.
Oh.
But, no, I think she got caught because she was bragging about fucking the black dude because he had a big cock.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Caleb posted about it. Our comedian friend Caleb. We've talked about it before. But he's like, there's only one guy coming out of this smelling like roses. And then posted a picture of the black cop. Well, also, people were like, it's fucked up she's the only one getting fired. But all of them got fired.
Oh, they should. I mean, yeah, if she gets fired, they should all get fired. And a lot of them are married, too. And the guy that really sucks is the husband, who isn't a cop.
Yeah.
And it's like...
He's not a cop. He's a cuck. Oh,
he's a cuck. And it's like, oh, now everyone knows that you're a fucking cuck, too.
Yeah.
Because I think he was into it, and it's like, you don't want that getting out, though. You know what I mean?
It's one thing if, like, a celebrity cheating scandal comes out. Because, like, there's a part of you kind of expect it a little bit.
Totally.
You know?
But they're both fucking other people. It's not a one-way thing. You know what I mean?
Right. But the thing is when you're, like, just a regular Joe... If you have a cheating scandal, if you have a cheating scandal as a regular person, you don't expect it to make national news, right?
It's so true. Like, I mean, can you imagine the couples therapy after that?
Oh yeah. So, when did you find out? Yeah. When it was on the news.
So you feel like there's a lack of trust, and it's like
because it was on the news. God, that would be everything. That would be, honestly, though, you go to court, to get a divorce, you've got a lot of solid evidence.
Can you imagine if she tried to make it like he was the bad guy after all that?
Well, he just didn't make me feel appreciated.
You didn't make me feel appreciated.
So they ran train on me at the precinct.
We put their cum into an evidence bag. It was
Then we had her squat over a sack.
Oh, God. That is the best South Park episode of
all
all
time,
time,
my God. As soon as I said it, I thought about it. I'm a cap. Sir, don't you think you're taking this too far? Yeah. Maybe that's what she was doing. Maybe there was like a ring.
Maybe she was sniffing out who all the dirty cops were.
You think they had like code words for when they went to fuck her? They're like, we're going to go grab some donuts.
Is there a number for it? It's like, go on in a 69. 69 420. Needs that Gawk 9000.
Yeah. Well, there's a...
She honestly, when she first got posted, I thought... I don't know if have you seen Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend?
No.
The one that's into... Okay. Well, do you know who Sam Bankman-Fried is at all?
No.
Okay, well, he, embezzled a ton of cryptocurrency money. And his partner, girlfriend...
Right.
At the time, who's, fucking busted. Fucking ugly as sin.
By your standards, Parker.
But yes, Sam Bankman-Fried is not an attractive guy either. They were at the same level.
Oh, that's nice.
She got all this shit came out after he got busted for embezzling. That she believed in. I think it's called Chinese harem polyamory, where
polycule.
I think this is actually what a polycule is. We've cracked the code.
Yeah.
But basically what that is that, instead of all the partners being equal, you literally get a number for, which woman you are. So, number one is,
system.
The top woman. Number two is,
Yeah.
And she believed in that. And, it was just funny, her talking about, sexual things because she's ugly as fuck. And she looks, just like this police officer, too.
Ugh.
She looks, a lot like it. And so I thought that's who it was originally. I was like, she got busted again?
Another one.
Another one.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know.
Do you think they have as much comedy drama in DC as they do in Baltimore?
I don't know.
Do you think Baltimore is a drama-rich scene?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be drama in every scene. But I was talking to one comedian the other day, and he was like, bro, the DMV comedy scene is so toxic. It's not like this in other cities. And I was like, I don't know if it's toxic. I don't think
it's not toxic.
I think it used to be.
It did used to be. It used to be. It wasn't toxic. It was just cliquey.
Yeah, I don't know if it was toxic or I was just worse at comedy.
That also probably has something to do with it. But
I was like, man, these fucking cliques never put me on their fucking show because they're all friends.
It's like maybe we just didn't get as many laughs as we thought.
I don't know.
I remember. Do you remember when starting comedy, thinking you were like so fucking good at comedy? And then,
I might have mentioned this on the other podcast, but one of the first bits my first time doing stand up, I think it's a good premise, but I executed it horribly. It was like, what if politicians had a slogan for after the election process?
Do it.
I don't really remember it.
Do it now with your current comedy ability.
I mean, I haven't come up with new tags, but I remember like Bill Clinton was like, "You got me." Like it was like that.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
But that's the impression that makes it funny.
Yeah, and I'm not an impressionist.
You could be one. There are people that can do impressions that like I just can't do people's fucking voices at all.
Yeah, I could do 2 or 3.
Unless it's like Mike Tyson with a lisp.
Yeah.
Because you just have to do a lisp.
And a high pitched voice.
Or Rich Voss.
Yeah.
I can do a little Rich Voss.
There you go.
You know.
Because like my original thing is I really wanted to be a voice actor, but I'm not that good at voices.
Oh yeah.
So what I would do is I had the Simpsons movie on my iPod, and I would do all of the lines for the Simpsons movie, trying to replicate. You know, like hey, you know.
Your Homer.
I don't have a good Homer, but
okay.
I would just do Krusty really. Like, hey, it's your old pal Krusty, like that thing.
The one I kind of tried to do that for was Metalocalypse because they talk so fun. I'm Roxo the Rocket. Yeah,
dude, Evan, my brother, does a crazy good Dr. Roxo.
Yeah,
he used to be the DJ on the radio station for Stevenson University.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, it was awesome. I was so jealous because when I was at Towson, the only way you could do that is if you were like 80 years old. Like they had a radio station, it's WTMD. Fuck them. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm not gonna plug them. Fuck them. but yeah. So they had like their thing or whatever. But yeah, Evan was the DJ, and he did this whole bit as Dr. Roxo, and he's like, "I'm sorry," like all that shit. It was so good. But
this M's sucking bulls.
Yeah,
that's the funnest one.
Yeah, fucking
Tolkien and
Toki.
Swissguard.
He admits it. He's a tyrant. Like,
well, guys, pickles is hard to do.
Yeah,
but,
I could do. So have you seen the Metalocalypse, the opera one?
Yeah.
You know, I could probably do the guy with the metal mask because it's George Corpsegrinder, who's the vocalist for Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, really?
And it's just like you, like the whole thing, like he's just screaming. But that's fucking awesome. The clock opera. I love that shit.
Metalocalypse in general is just a quality show.
I think it's the most underrated Adult Swim show.
Because at the start, they always go through like how what Death Clock is doing is going to end the world.
Yeah.
But then it gets more and more petty as the show goes on. It's like if they can release a coffee that'll increase caffeine consumption, which will lead to 15% higher heart attacks. Like it starts becoming just like the pettiest shit. I
love how you say later in the show, and then you talked about the first episode.
Oh, is that the first episode?
Yeah, Dunkin' Hills Coffee. But
all right, well, you can tell.
Yeah, I also love how the Dunkin' Hills Coffee guy is like in bondage outfits the whole time.
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of great Metalocalypse episodes.
And Mermaider is like one of the best music songs ever. I really am not a big metal fan, but some of the Metalocalypse songs are legit.
There's bangers.
Yeah,
there is, dude. No, I'm a big fan of that. But no, I think it's the most underrated Adult Swim TV show because all the other ones have way more recognition. You got like Squidbillies, Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Squidbillies sucked dick. I always hated Squidbillies. I think it's the worst show ever.
Here's the deal. I agree that it's not good, but you got to give them props for getting that animation style through anything because they are the most lazily drawn characters.
That's the funniest thing about Adult Swim is it would be like super good anime like Bleach and like Inuyasha, which are like beloved animes in Japan, and then it would be Squidbillies, which is like the most low quality and like the most garbage TV shows ever.
Well, Metalocalypse is pretty well animated. They've got a cool animation.
Well, Metalocalypse is good. I'm not talking about Metalocalypse.
It's also like the only show where when they play guitar, all of the fretting and stuff is accurate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they like rotoscope it and make it like exact.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I guarantee it's the most time-consuming thing about making that show.
You think so?
Oh yeah, 100%. That would take forever.
What is it? You know what show I forgot about that is like low key awesome? Moral Oral. Have you ever watched that show?
I feel like I have.
All right. I feel like that's not going to be fun to talk about.
Okay, fair enough. There was also some weird ones. There was did you ever see The Oblongs?
Nope.
It was one. Will Ferrell voices the dad in it, I think.
Are you serious?
But it's like these weird, like underworld, like mutants, and they're all freaks and fucked up. It's kind of like if you've seen Futurama, like the mutants that live in the sewers.
Yeah.
It's like just that. Like it's about them.
Okay.
It's a stupid show. But this is also a topic that's dwindling fast. So
just listing TV shows.
Yeah, you ever see that show? That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a good show. Okay, I think we're good. I think
we're sitting at 50 minutes.
We're 50 minutes. Yeah. I think it's time to call
Traffic's looking good. We're coming down 695 right now. Got about 14 miles to go.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm Parker Brown.
I'm Alfred Barnes.
And this has been the Drive Time Podcast. You guys have a good one.
And here's the laugh.